Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Welcome to the Matty Johns podcast for this week, people, and it's a very special week because we don't oftentimes get guests in this house. You right there, Trish? You're stepping all over my taglines here. You all right?
I know, I just stood on the dog.
Oh, it's okay.
You do get guests.
Well, people, we have got a very, very special guest, none other than Brandon Smith joining us. Hey, Brandon, how are you, brother?
Yes, I've been good. Actually, no, I've been terrible, if I'm completely honest.
Well, let's just hold that thought. Jack Johns, Cooper Johns,
Talking about
how are you guys going?
Yeah, we're going terribly too, I think.
Yeah. Trisha, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
That's funny. It's weird. I am as well. We want to get out of this room. It might be contagious. That's just a joke. Brandon, it's so good to have you here, mate. You are part of this family.
Thank you.
You're our John's
Prodigal son.
from Waiheke Island. How's mum and dad doing?
No, they're very good. Yeah, they're not doing too much. They're just in Brisbane and trying to get a hold of me all the time, but I kind of just haven't responded to anyone so far. So sorry, mum and dad, first of all.
Brandon?
We'll get there in the end.
Brandon, things are never as good as they seem and never as bad as they seem. There's an old saying that I invented. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Oh.
I've heard that one before. And by the way, our producer Gav's here at your dispense. We've got him in here today. We know you're sort of used to having people do a lot of stuff for you at the moment. So if you want a glass of red wine or anything, you just feel free.
Where did that come from?
No.
Was that a dig at me?
No. I'm just saying.
Nope.
You know, you've been over the eastern suburbs. They do a lot of stuff for you.
yeah,
at the
that's
moment.
right.
If you need a pillow, headrest, anything, and Dave will massage your neck as well. If you need anything
Actually,
like
I
that.
do need that, Dave. Please. My
Hey,
glutes are getting sore too.
Jack Johns, what's going on, man?
I don't know much, man. We just finished a big day of training. We play in 3 days and up in Coffs, Cobber.
Oh, Coffs Harbour. That's right. Who's got up there?
Sharkies.
Oh, Cooper, Geez, they come out fight against you. They'll fight
Yeah.
up.
Don't worry, brother. We just like Penrith, we'll loosen them up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, beware the 18th man, whoever warms up the best.
Are you 18th?
Yeah, I'm the honourable 18th man this week.
Oh, wow.
What I've always said, there's no better place to be 18th man than the Coffs Harbour.
I just want to see the big banana.
Yeah, I bet you do. Can I just say before we get underway here, a video emerged a couple of weeks ago, thanks to Budgie Smugglers of Brandon, exposing his cheese, legs sprayed all over the place, announcing Trish as your 2023 MILF of the Year. Maybe we remind ourselves, people, where the term MILF came from and what it stands for, which has me slightly concerned. It ain't Anthony Milford.
And let me tell you, the boys were going, oh no, that's a rap, Mum.
Yeah, well,
I
it
walked
is.
away going, oh, is it?
100% that's a wrap.
Oh.
100%.
Yeah, but
I hear the boys talk about it all the time. They say, mate, your mum's a good sort. I said, mate, go text her yourself and tell me. Don't tell me.
Oh, he's actually fired up in his eyes.
He's loving it.
Yeah, well, I will just dim that. The list was orchestrated by none other than the Budgie Smugglers themselves. So, Trish, don't get too ahead of yourself.
No, I won't. Don't you worry.
Just let everyone out now that you can look, but don't touch, because that babe's my MILF.
Ooh.
And that right dog. Now, Trish come up with this. For Brandon being in the house, I thought, let's go with the cheese theme. If you were a type of cheese, which would you be and why, Cooper?
Well, mine comes with a story, actually. In 2020, after Storm won the comp, Brandon proclaimed himself as champ cheese, which went quite viral. Everybody came back. We actually came back here, and we were having a beer with Sam Burgess, and Sam Burgess goes, oh, it's good to see the champ cheese. And Cheese was laughing it up, and then he sort of looked to me and whispered to me, that makes you the dick cheese.
Oh.
Then you are the dick cheese.
So that's what I am. I'm the dick cheese today. Thanks, Sammy.
Like the hats you're wearing, boys. Of course, Brandon's got the cock, and Cooper, you're the ass man.
Look at the ass man,
They are good.
which I am.
caps.
I'm an ass man.
Where'd you get those?
We got them from Blouse.
Our friends at
Who are
Blouse.
our friends at Blouse. Obviously hooked you up with some boots back in the day.
I know.
Yeah. On head over a little Instagram if you want to go get these hats.
Yeah.
Show them off. Show the GoPro there. The one right in front of you
It's
there.
very cool.
I
For all
got the
Roosters
Rooster one because I
supporters.
was hoping that I could wear this out training, but it's got a big bloody thing saying cock. So. I don't know if Robbo likes that.
Oh,
Well,
good
you
colours in
never know.
that.
There's a line there I just wasn't going to use. Sorry, I didn't want to say that. Jack Johns, what about you, mate?
Mate, I've gone with cheddar cheese, like a sharp cheddar cheese. It can come in many different varieties. A bit like myself, I can come in very different moods.
And today you're upbeat. I can tell that because nothing gets you more excited than being 18th man. So,
Exactly right.
I love a man with low standards. What about you,
Thank you.
Brandon?
I get asked this quite a lot, so I usually say brie cheese. I'm hard and white on the outside, but I'm soft on the inside.
Oh, that's a good answer.
I love the little wink there.
You don't need a microwave for me to melt in your mouth.
You hear that, Trish?
Oh, stop it.
What about something for the dill?
Oh, my
Or the
God.
filth? Father. Sorry, Trish.
Okay, I'm going blue cheese because I'm an acquired taste, a little mouldy, and I come
Oh, wow. I thought we got some Vagisil for that. Don't tell me it's back.
and I go very well with something sweet.
Speaking of sweet, I've gone craft singles.
Plastic?
I love things wrapped in plastic. As do you, Trish.
Tastes a little rubbery.
Oh, my Lord.
Nearly chipped my tooth on that one. Jack, what's been happening in your world, mate, this week?
Not too much, Cobber. We had a big session today leading to the game. We've got to travel up on. I guess we're heading up. This comes out Friday, so it'll be today when this podcast comes out. We'll be flying up.
How you getting up there, mate? One of the-
I'm going via boat.
Oh,
No.
flying in one of those pencil cases that frequently drop
exactly
out of the sky.
right.
Well, you got a busy week then, Jack. Well, that's
Oh
good.
yeah,
Sounds
and
like
then, yeah. Played a bit of reserve grade on the weekend.
Yeah.
Got beat on the bell, which is always fun.
Isn't that the reserve grade way this year? Just get a sniff and get beat on the bell. Yes.
It hurts.
Well, no, that's life, isn't it? How about you, Coops?
Mate, not too much. We obviously had another loss on the weekend,
Oh, that's all right.
which isn't good. Never
They come
good.
out, mate. They come out blazing.
They come out firing. They did. They come out firing. They were fired up, and they played well. Credit to them. They're a real contender.
I'll give you a rap. Tackle you did on Britain Nakora. It was just.
It was really good watching. The preview of your brother getting absolutely hounded by those OBs throughout the week.
Yeah, mate, don't worry, it's coming. Warn you, 3-ins. They run pretty bloody hard out of the backfield. But yeah, like you're saying, Dad, I learnt that from a little bit of yourself.
Well, he looked, mate. He looked at those snake shoulders and said, "I want a bit of that." And he just got
The brown snake got a little win on him.
Yes.
But we went for dinner last night, actually. I had a little funny story. We went down to the Japanese restaurant down the road for dinner last night. And let's just say Mum, Dad, and Trish's friend Rosemary were pretty fired up on the red wine.
No, we had margaritas.
Margaritas.
I had sake.
Well, Dad decided to go down and he said, let's go get an ice cream. So we went, sweet. Rosemary said, I'll get the ice creams. And we've gone down there and Dad yelled out, there was this young couple in there. Dad yelled out, "Oh, yeah, I'll get your ice cream. I'll get your ice cream." They were like so thankful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. After Rosemary's just said, "I'll get all the ice creams." So the bills just got added straight onto Rosemary's bill. And she was not very happy about it.
Well, that's what I do.
Actually, she was very pleased.
I've always been a people's person. Where are you, Brandon? Talking about fired up, Panthers were sort of like.
Mate, it's been great, actually. My life's been so good lately.
Oh.
Footy's going great, winning heaps of games. Not much I can complain about, really.
Do you know what? At least
worry.
Brandon, everyone loves the Roosters, so he's not copping too much.
Yeah, no. I could have gone. I should have brought actually some comments about the nasty things people have been saying about me. But yeah, Braithen Nestor was actually in the club today, so I didn't want to.
We should.
Did he say something nasty about you?
Oh, probably.
Oh.
That's the hard part is I've got off the socials trying to watch Yellowstone instead of watching NRL 360. But then I've got a father that watches it all too much and will just send pretty much the script
no.
straight to me.
Oh,
so,
no.
No.
yeah.
Brandon.
No, that's unhealthy.
Well,
That's
Brandon,
not
you
good.
just tell him to watch our show because from our show there's nothing but compliments, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And Brandon, I'll tell you something now. I've seen this a million times. The season is about to turn straight around now. I absolutely know it.
Yeah, well, Cooper Cronk kind of told me that he was in the exact same situation. He was playing bad footy, and Robbo said the same thing. We started to regret we signed Cooper until they won the comp. So
Mate, Teddy as well. Like Teddy, it took a little bit of time to bed Teddy down, and now, mate, just second half of the year's best player in the world.
You do very, very much every year slow starters, aren't you? The Chooks.
Yeah.
Little
yeah,
Always.
well, this is my first season with him.
Yeah.
Well, they are. They do tend to.
Yeah, they do. Trisha, Cooper, did you enjoy
As
it?
I heard during the week, premierships aren't won in May.
Who said that?
Some old bloke.
Buzz?
On the telly. Maybe.
I showed you, we sat down and watched Spinal Tap the other day. Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was funny. Scenes of it were funny. I didn't sit down and actually watch the whole thing with you, but I thought there was a couple scenes in
Have
there.
you seen it, Brandon?
Spinal Tap?
Yeah, this is Spinal Tap.
Doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
Nah, it's a what they call a rockumentary. It's a mockumentary on this band. The guy who made The Simpsons, one of the guys, Harry Shearer, it is...
The Time Traveller?
Yeah.
Is that him?
The Simpsons
Yeah.
time travel. They have a theory that he's a time traveler because the Simpsons always predict what happens in the future
yeah.
if you go back through.
Yeah,
Does it
right.
actually?
It's
It's
uncanny.
pretty... If you
Trump
look it up
president?
on YouTube, it is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Like that one with the Trump president when he's going up the elevator and the person in the back drops the sign.
Yeah.
Like that all happened on the Simpsons thing.
And it was like 10 years before or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, they picked
It's
Trump
like
being
95
president.
or something.
Where
like
do
that.
we see this?
On YouTube.
On YouTube, just
Wow.
search it up. It's actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
They picked like COVID as well, I think.
Yeah, COVID.
Wow.
Well, they always said a pandemic was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
knew
did
that.
they in 1995?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive then, so I don't know.
Now, I tell you what, guys, you'll be jealous. Me and Trish went to the musical Theatre 5, 6, 7, 8 again the other night. How good was it?
Tina the musical.
Tina
I would
Turner.
highly recommend it.
It's
Tina
s- we-
Turner,
Yeah,
obviously.
we saw it in London about I don't
Tina
know
Turner.
5-6 years ago,
yeah.
and COVID delayed it getting here. It was I reckon it was better than the London,
I do
and we
too.
thought that was outstanding. The woman that played Tina Turner was
What about the young girl? The girl played.
amazing, and the grandma. They were all
And the uncle.
Did they do the rugby league ad?
They
did the
What you
song.
see is what you
They
get.
had
What
the
you get is what
song.
Oh
you
no, they didn't do that
they
song.
didn't do that song?
They didn't do that one.
Big
But-
Brent Todd.
Yeah, big Toddy there. But they did the guy Roger Davies, who was good friends with John Quayle. He arrived. He was the Australian who found Tina Turner playing at sort of a casino and went, "You're better than this," and got another Australian who lives on the Central Coast, Mike Chapman, to write all those songs for her. What's Love Got to Do with it? And she didn't want to sing those songs.
Yeah, she hated it
doesn't
at
want-
first.
Hated it, and they
Wouldn't-
talked her into it.
Wouldn't it be nice if we had someone that came up to us at the casino and said, "You're better than this"?
You're so much better.
Jeez, my life would be climbing.
But it was very. I had a panic attack there because when you get past 52, boys, the old prostate
Oh,
it
no,
likes a
that's
little
what I'm talking
It
about.
likes a little room to breathe, and your life revolves around urinating. You go, oh, like
Apparently.
I'll get in an Uber soon, so I go, oh, gotta go. I got to urinate. So I said, we're driving in. I said, Trish, are we on an aisle seat? You went, oh, I'm not sure. Have a look. I looked, C21. I literally had a meltdown
He did.
Really?
because you're in the middle, and
Oh,
you've got to
it's-
get up together. If
Yeah,
you
but
need to
why
go
didn't
to-
you just go before?
Well, I did.
And
But-
was it okay, Matt?
I did. I
Yeah.
got through.
And
'Cause
was
otherwise
there
I'll
an
sit there
intermission?
through it and just going, okay, 5 minutes of the intermission. I'll be able to guess.
Mate, your biggest problem in there was Matt was singing all the songs, and I had to keep shushing him because I'm like, mate, people around us, they didn't come to watch you sing.
You'd be surprised.
What a bonus.
Oh, yeah, right.
What a bonus. 100.
Listen, the film Champions too, Trish.
Oh, that's an awesome
Cooper?
film.
Yeah, very good. Woody Harrelson.
Woody
Yeah,
Harrelson.
have you watched that?
Jack,
I
you
have
seen
not.
that? You seen that?
I have not. I have
Oh,
not seen
it's
I
it.
still haven't seen
really
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
Good
funny you say that, Brandon,
film.
because we talked about it last week, Guardians of the Galaxy. You got to go see it.
The first one's is the best soundtrack, I reckon.
Yeah, that's we were talking.
That's
Me and
how we
Jack were
brought it
talking
up
about
last
this
week.
last week.
Yeah.
Talking about it. I've seen.
I know you guys, see?
I've seen-
I know you.
We got this connection. I've seen it twice in cinemas. Once I went on my day off last week on my own, and both.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh my God! Did you cry again?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, dear sweet
Really, I
Lord.
cried twice now.
I'm more inclined to cry if I go by myself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
But that, are you
I just
okay?
can't help it. I just a couple of losses on the trot, go into the Gardens of the Galaxy, and
Just let it all out.
The saddest thing was, okay, I'm not proud of this. I went to Hoyts at the mall, and I went up to the ticketing booth, and I put myself down as a senior ticket because it's
Cheaper.
$5 cheaper. And I was like the only person in the cinema, so I went up and gave it to the girl. And usually they just never check. Like usually
No.
and I go to the
I
cinemas
do it
that
every
much.
time.
And she goes, well, you're obviously not a senior. And I was like, oh, she goes, it's okay, everyone does it. But then proceeded to like put it through again and charge me $3 extra for it. And I was so embarrassed.
So
Because
that
on my
was when,
own.
was that when you cried? Or when you dropped your
should try
chop
it.
top?
You think that was embarrassing, and then I've come out in a state in tears on my own. I was the only person in the movie cinema as well.
You could have told you had a special condition and you
Benjamin
actually were.
Button.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that you were. Is she going to debate it in this society?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
So
you
actually,
look
I'm,
like-
There's,
I'm
there's something
67.
there's something magical about going to the cinema on your own. I believe.
I love it.
I'm huge.
Yeah, I
on
do
it.
as well. I went recently and saw something. I was sort of sitting there going,
Yeah,
I
you hated
text
it.
Trish and I said, I was sitting there thinking, and no one would.
Why would you say that?
No, I thought it. I just
You're
thought
an
it.
idiot.
You
I
can't.
thought it
Oh
in the
my
cinema.
God.
That's
Colin,
fine.
did you ever
Is
go
it
to one
illegal?
of those porn sites?
I would
that's a good
imagine, yes.
question.
No, but is it illegal or frowned
I think if
upon?
only.
No, I think it's illegal.
I think if only someone sees you.
Because it'd be public exposure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but it's not no public around.
yeah, true.
But it's in a public place.
True.
Well, speaking of that,
I got chased by a masturbating man one time.
Hey,
when I was
talk
young.
about that.
So
I'm
I wasn't
embarrassed
allowed
about
to do
it.
it on the bus.
It was really bad. I went to the police and then they did nothing.
Oh, so
I
where
was
were
so
you?
filthy. On the beach when I was studying for HSC. I went for a walk. I rode up to the beach, went for a walk, and this man started chasing me, masturbating. Pig.
Shout out to Gary.
Yeah, 30 years later, he's your father-in-law. Hey, Trish.
Oh, Gaz. Well, you were.
It's not funny. It was
Yeah.
very traumatizing.
You were working in that poop show at the time.
What?
I tell you what I'm into at the moment: the English language. I'm learning new things all the time. For instance, don't finish on a preposition. That's what I've learnt. So if I finish, you got to finish always on a noun. So it's me saying, "So where you from?" Boom. Where you from? Brandon is the proper thing. There's a very good story that goes with this when the bloke explains it. There's a dinner, and there's this really uptight, cold old woman from Rich Money, and next to her is this Southern belle, young girl, blonde hair, very friendly, and she looks to explain. Don't end a sentence in a preposition, and she goes, "Where y'all from?" And the cold old woman, rich woman, goes, "A place where we don't finish sentences with a preposition." And she goes, "Oh, so where y'all from, bitch?"
Yeah.
We got there. Time for Cooper's.
Actually, Matt, before you go on to that, remember last week you were talking on and on and on about the movie Air and how Ben Affleck as director negotiated this very special deal where it wasn't to come out to any streaming services like 6 to 12 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently Jeff Bezos didn't get that memo.
He's put it out, has he?
Yeah, it's out. It's been out for
See
ages.
you in court, Jeff. Yeah. Well, Cooper's nasty. Thanks for that, Trish. That was certainly worth the
Yeah.
wait.
Well, what was your source? Where'd you get that from?
I just made it up.
Oh my God.
No, it was on the podcast with someone. Cooper, what do you got for us, mate? Nasty review time.
We got a nasty review. We got a mean message, not towards me. This one's actually towards you this week.
Yes.
I've read a tweet of somebody about you, so it'll.
Really?
I didn't want to read any more negative ones about myself, as it starts to get a bit real after you sort of self-deprecate yourself enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Watching the Matty John show tonight, Matty just held his hands up to the camera. They are honestly so small in relation to his body. Haha. I honestly think it would take him at least 40 minutes to pull himself off.
Well, hey, sticking it to you, brother. 7 minutes today. 7 minutes.
Is that a little bit of a rap cover? Because that could mean that you have a huge penis.
Well, that's a good thing about having small hands. So Shaquille O'Neal was going, "Look at these hands." Said, "Ha ha." Someone sent me an article that was written in news.com about me and Joey having that argument on air. And the bloke was like, he was calling me Judas Johns. Judas Johns heading up to crossing over to the border into Queensland with his banjo fingers.
That's not bad.
Speaking about Joey, have you heard from him?
No.
God, he's a child.
We're having a little break at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, he took offence.
Did you see it, Brandon?
Boo-hoo.
No, I did not. I was
Heard
off the
it?
socials. I seen one headline. I didn't click in it.
Yeah.
They had an
But
argument.
speaking of Shaquille O'Neal, Munster actually, when we had that lunch with him, Munster actually asked him, "Have you got a big penis?" And he just went, "Look at me, brother. What do you think?"
Oh, dear.
Only Munster.
Jack Johns, you got your 10-1 this week, man?
I do, Cobber.
Where?
I've got
On the field.
Yeah, I'm in a weird mood. I'm in 10-1 music collaborations, album or song.
Gotcha.
So number 10, I've gone with Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. They had a lot of songs, but their best one was "Ain't No Mountain High Enough."
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Number 9, I've gone "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Love it. They were in a bit of a relationship at the time too. That's
Did they-
why
did they
No,
date?
that was Jimmy Iovine, Cobber, the
No,
guy
but-
who started Beats by Dre with.
But Tom Petty was as well, was he?
You're
don't
talking
think so.
about Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they were. Because Jimmy Levine was hiding in the house when Tom Petty came over.
Really?
Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Levine
he was
Loco.
hiding because he didn't.
Yeah. Right,
I
Jack?
think he was hiding Cobber because he didn't want. He actually got the song from Tom and didn't want it, and then got it for Stevie because he was producing for Stevie, and then didn't want Tom to feel like he was doing it because him and Stevie were together.
Gotcha. Okay.
Good
And he was also
background.
living in the basement.
Continue.
Number 8, I've gone with Linkin Park and Jay-Z, "Numb."
Great
A
song.
great song.
Yeah. You wouldn't have heard that, eh?
When I was a skateboard rider, I was in Lincoln Park.
Number 7, here you go, Cobber. Run DMC, Aerosmith, "Walk This Way."
Oh,
There we go.
dear, it's your number
There
one.
they are, the boys. Yep. Collaborated by the Boosty
He's up.
Boys.
Number 6, I've gone Eminem and Rihanna. On the Recovery album, they do "Love the Way You Lie."
Yeah, it's a good song.
It is a good song, isn't it?
Great song.
Average.
Timeless.
It's a real tearjerker, that one.
Yeah.
Number 5,
Seems
this
like
will be a
everything's a
flashback.
tearjerker for you blokes these days.
Number 5, this will be a weird one, flashback. "Saints Are Coming," Green Day and U2.
Oh, I love
like
that.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
And remember they performed that before the Super Bowl when the New Orleans Saints played in the Super Bowl
Did they?
that year, yeah. And they won after Hurricane Katrina too. It
That's
was
right. It was all, yeah.
perfect bit of synchronicity coming together. See,
Look at
Brandon?
those hands.
I think they're playing it at the stadium for us this weekend when we play the St.
Saints.
George.
Are they?
They're playing
you
it
too?
for you?
They're playing it for us, yeah.
I did.
Number 4, I've gone with Daft Punk and Pharrell, Nile Rodgers for their song "Get Lucky."
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Nice, Jack.
Number 3, I've gone with now. This guy could have gone with anyone. I've gone Dr. Dre and Snoop. I could have gone with Eminem and a few other artists, but he's done so many. I went with. I decided just to stick with Snoop when he does "Still Dre." Your favourite song, Cobber?
Yeah. Always has been, mate.
Number 2, I've gone with "Under Pressure," Queen and David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot that was a collaboration.
It's awesome.
Yeah. They were in the
And then number 1, I've gone with Kanye and Jay-Z did the "Watch the Throne" album.
The whole album?
And what's the song on that?
You got there's a few songs. You got Otis. You've got oh, you got me. Oh, there's one. I had them all in front of me. I had them all in front of me before, but
Yeah, interesting.
what else they got? There's a big song in there. I'm trying to think. There's "No Church for the Wild." There's
Yeah. One of the songs on there, I was trying to tip you into saying.
yes. Now I know what you're saying. The one in Paris.
Yeah. There's a song in there which uses a derogatory term, and I was just making sure Jack didn't use it.
Okay. Well, best you didn't, because this is a family podcast. We'll go to the ad break. After the break, more from Vagisol. Righto, welcome back to the podcast. Trish, what do you got for us, mate?
Okay, a little bit of something I saw on social media today. A prisoner in Iowa in the US died and came back to life. Now he's arguing that his life sentence has technically ended. What are your thoughts on that one?
Did you say he died in prison?
He died. Yeah, he died, but they brought him back. And so technically he's going, well, I've finished my life sentence.
But isn't a life sentence like 35? Oh, how many years is it? 38 years?
Yeah, but he died. He came back to life.
I know, but a life sentence it's 38 years.
Are we
That's
throwing
why-
it out of court? I would.
Because when you
No,
go,
isn't 25?
Is it 25?
Yeah.
25 to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I know you don't know much about prison, Dad.
Prison
but
talk.
I
I'm
was
pretty.
in there. I didn't pay a parking fine once and was threatened with prison. So, hey, I know prison.
But when I was in the joint, they and I got 25 to life. That's why people get like 100 life sentences. So make sure they're not.
That they keep them in there. And Matthew, you referred to Robert De Niro's seventh child as a boy last week. It's actually a girl, and they have named her Gia Virginia Chen De Niro.
Do you ever research, Cobber?
And I also said that I like the fact that he had simple names. She's put my foot in it there. What's
I
her
know.
name again?
Gia.
Oh, Gia.
Yeah,
Is that
Gia.
a Gia?
No,
Gia Virginia.
Virginia,
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
That's a
Trish,
real
it's time
mouthful.
for Predicament of the Week, buddy.
Okay, I got this one this week.
What?
A listener sent it in, Jared, and I really liked it. Which would you prefer, 6 months in jail or 6 months in jail with a Rubik's Cube and you can leave once you solve it? Brandon, you're our special guest. You go first.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah, I can solve it though. I'll be out of jail in 4 minutes.
Can you solve it
Brandon,
without pulling it
He
apart
can
or
do it.
changing the
Nah.
stickers?
No, I all those little things I'm very good at.
Are you?
He can do a Rubik's Cube.
Well,
I
I'd
can
like
tell.
you to tell me the...
No certain blokes you can do
Wow.
it.
Yeah, it's just something I picked up before I was catching a flight, and then I think I was going to the Philippines, and I just got the Rubik's Cube manual, and I did it. It took me 6 hours to learn.
Really? Okay, I want you to teach me that. I'm
I've
going to go and
never-
get a Rubik's Cube.
I've never met someone who has so many. I don't want to say useless.
No, unidentified.
Just throws random skills ever just by infatuating himself with them for like a week.
Well, I have to
But-
say I'm impressed.
But there's no way you could solve it without knowing the pattern.
key,
No,
yeah.
I think there's like something quintillion, like different combinations. So
Yeah. I used to be able to get one side and all the surrounding the same colour, and that's as far as I got.
I can wrap my tongue, push it out like a lizard.
But you know what?
Good for mum.
For me, that's not funny.
It's just a joke.
Oh my God. I'd go the Rubik's Cube too, even though I can't do it, but at least I'd have something to do that whole time. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I'd go the Rubik's Cube. I reckon I'd figure it out.
Yeah?
Shut up.
There you go, Jared.
I'm probably taking 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
6 months isn't a long time.
You reckon in jail,
Yeah.
in the hot house? I reckon it would be.
And like Dad said, food's bad, but sex is good.
Oh.
It is. Yeah, I'd take 6 months because you've seen anything with fine motor skills.
Yeah, you do.
Honestly, you basically said you get out when you solve the Rubik's Cube. As for me, I'd just say, give me the lethal injection.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, thanks, Trish.
Those little hands.
Okay, how about we jump over to Cooper's quiz?
I think so.
Righto, this week we're not going to do a family feud. We're going to do a fact or cap, but it's based off world records. So you need these are either legitimate people's world records or they're fake.
Okay.
And then you all vote, fact or cap. Brandon, is that easy enough? Is that
Oh,
good?
we could
That's
have
easy enough.
we could have a tie with the four of us this week.
That's
Yeah, I know.
exciting.
And then there's something special if that happens.
Sure is.
Okay. First one. Thanks, Jack. Nick Stobel, a.k.a. The Lick, from California, holds the Guinness Book of World Records for having the longest tongue, measuring 10.1 centimetres. Fact or cap?
I'm going to say fact.
10.1.
Yeah, that's not too far.
I'll say cap.
I'm going to say cap as well.
Jack?
Yeah, cap.
I think-
I'm going fact. I just
saying-
want that noted.
so I think it's Gene Simmons who's got the longest tongue.
No, it's fact. 10.1 centimetres.
That's not that big. And when you
She'd
take
know.
it back from the back of your throat, and if it also, they're calling him the Lick.
Yeah.
See,
But
there
I
was-
could make it up. This is the thing.
Well,
See, Gene Simmons.
You're not that smart.
Do you remember Gav used to have all those urban myths about his tongue? One was that they cut the bottom of the tongue to extend it. The other one was for the concert. He would actually put a bull's penis in his mouth. But they actually
Because it was an unusual shape.
It's huge.
Yeah, but it was an unusual shape.
Marilyn Monroe cut us in half.
Marilyn Manson.
Manson.
And I think
Marilyn
Marilyn
Monroe.
My bad.
I thought that was the ribs, Cobber.
Oh, did he? So he's like serpent-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's pretty.
I thought Marilyn Manson removed the ribs.
I think
Yeah, he
they,
did.
I think they need to go to the north of New Zealand to find some of them Māoris that do the poo cunner real well.
Yeah, they'd be able to do that.
There's some long tongues out those ways.
There is.
Bern Barker, a former real estate agent, He's.
I'm already thinking cap.
Let me finish. Go again. He has the Guinness Book of World Records for being the oldest male stripper ever. He was 60 years old and recovering from prostate cancer. Still funny now, Brandon? No, I didn't think so.
Shout out to Burn.
Nah, not shout out to Burn, although he did listen to the podcast. He died in 2007 at
rest
the
in
age
peace,
of
Burn.
66. But he's the Guinness Book World Record holder of the oldest male stripper. Fact or cap?
I reckon it's cap. I reckon there'd be an older one.
I'll say cap.
Burn Baker.
Fact.
It is fact.
Oh, Burn.
It is fact. Burn Baker.
With a name like Burn Baker, you'd hope he was cremated.
Okay, thank you. The world's smallest man is in Russia, and he's 54.6 centimeters tall, and is so small, allegedly, he can perform an act of self-fellatio on himself.
Cap.
Cap?
Cap.
Cap.
Fact.
No, this one's cap. This one is cap. Nah, sorry, Jack. All right, number 4. Most children delivered at a single birth and survive. This is the world record for that. In 2021, a lady named Halima delivered 9 children in Morocco and survived. And it's called non-euplets.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I'll say it's fact then.
Non-euplets.
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah.
I'm going to say yeah.
Cap.
Be different. Nice, Jack. It is fact.
Fact.
Thank you.
9 kids.
I know. Imagine that.
So, yeah. So, what was the term that you used?
Non-euplets.
Non-euplets.
Oh, that's what it's when you
Non-euplets.
have
Euplets.
Yeah.
9. Wow.
9. Yeah. And the last one here. You're doing a great job. The Midnight Swinger, a.k.a. David Scott, holds the record for the longest stand-up comedy show ever. He lasted 40 hours and 8 minutes
I'll
telling
say
jokes.
fact.
Cap.
Yeah, I'm going cap too. Midnight Swinger. What
Jack?
sort of name is that?
You're the deciding vote.
Cap.
It's fact. It is fact. 40 hours and 8 minutes. It's hard enough to stay awake
Well,
for that long.
how do you pee?
I'm sure he could urinate.
Yeah.
No, you do it at the same time. It's probably part of the act.
Yeah. In a bottle. Just in a bottle.
Or a shoe or a boot?
We'll take a real quick break and come back with our feedback and our tips. And welcome back to the podcast. Trish, much feedback for this week?
Just a little bit. Instafriend, he had a code name, so I can't even say it. Says, love the potty. Whenever it pops up on my phone, I know that it's almost the weekend. Something Matt said in his Good Chat interview with Waleed Ali about wanting to hold Cooper like when he was a child struck a chord with me. He said it was so relatable, and I realised my son is little. He's just 3, and I can and should do that as much as possible, regardless of the child's tantrum.
Did you say that?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Did you say that?
he literally said
To
it.
Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wiley sort of looked at me and... No, he got it. He was
Actually,
like, yeah, I get
Cooper,
that.
when he told the story, I'm pretty sure he said that you actually let him hold you
I
like when
did.
you're a child.
Remember you were on the bed that night and I got there and I said, can you just do me a favour? Can you just come here and let me hold you like you're a baby?
When was this?
A few weeks ago.
A few weeks.
And I said to you, I said, you know what? I'm not scared of dying. I just scared of not seeing you guys again.
I don't remember that.
It's like you slit
Okay,
something in
really
his
obviously made an impact.
But why did that come
Oh,
up?
sorry, that was my other family.
Why did that even come up with Waleed?
That's a very good point.
You'll have to listen to the
I-
interview, Cooper.
I think he was talking about his wife's family, his
I
mother-in-law.
have a text from Dad screenshotted
yes.
one time. Sometimes I look at it because it makes me feel good, but in this context, it's perfect because it sort of shows how weird he is. Me and him got a plane one time, and the weather was torrential. The weather was real bad. Anyway, like the next morning, Dad said, "It was a pleasure spending time with you today." As that storm was brewing as we were flying across last night, I remember looking over to you and thinking, I would be a happy man if I died right now.
You are so somber, mister. What do you make of this, Brandon? As an
I
outsider.
think that's just a father that loves his children.
Thanks, Brandon.
That's not.
Correction, child.
Yeah, I was going to say it does seem a bit favouritism towards Cooper and Lucky Jack.
It's not.
No,
He's going,
that's not
is,
true.
Is that happy smiling face on the Matty John show? Deep down, there's some dark mood on that bird. And there is. Once you get past 50, you get really somber.
Oh, stop banging on
Hey,
about it.
take a learn from Bernie Barker,
His estrogen.
60-year-old stripper.
That's it.
Estrogen.
His testosterone,
It is.
his
That's it.
prostate,
Testosterone.
his urining.
I might be able to-
Urinating.
Any other?
I've got one. I don't know. Are we at the end?
Yeah.
Are we cooked? Are we done?
I've actually got one.
Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
Jack.
go.
I got from a Instagram messenger saying from Tals, who said the disrespect of not picking Tarzan in your 10-1 last week soundtracks. Phil Collins composed the shit out of that soundtrack.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a fair call. It's a fair call. You know what else is a good soundtrack? Me and Dylan watched it yesterday at home. Flight with Denzel.
Oh, it's a great,
great
yeah.
movie.
Great
Yeah.
film.
That's a great movie.
great
and it's got
soundtrack.
a
Wait,
damn
did
good
Guardians of the
soundtrack.
Galaxy make that list?
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
yes.
Number 4, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky. I was about to fight
Okay,
you.
my tips for this week, okay, people, get your pens out. My tip for this week, the Roosters to win 13 plus and Brandon Smith to be anytime try scorer.
Oh,
There you go.
Who they playing?
See, we got the
Dragons.
love.
Dragons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trish, good
Is that
tip.
what your bet is? Is that you telling me to go for a scoot near the line?
Technically, I wonder if I've encroached on her.
Oh, is that allowed?
Okay. Kids, ignore that text. Now, let me do that again. Roosters win 13 plus. Matt Lodge to get a try anytime. Now, that's funny. Trish, you got a tip?
Okay, I do, and I use it this week, and you boys will be able to concur. People, coat your chicken breast in bicarb soda for 20 minutes before you're cooking with it, and then you rinse it and dry it. Makes it unbelievably tender.
But
I
it's
don't
like-
know why.
It's like the Chinese restaurant type thing.
Yeah, well, it's a Chinese. That's what they do in the Chinese restaurants, apparently.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
You're
It's a bit early for me.
a bit
A
what?
bit early.
You kept
Tastes like
saying
eel.
that.
a
Yeah. When was the last
Big
time you
go.
ate eel?
I had it last week. I was at Sushi Chain. And
did not?
Yep, I had
Yeah.
an eel.
That real smooth. Bleh.
Yeah, it just like has that smooth sort of. If you like, if you're into that sort of stuff.
It was very
Apparently, you
tender.
do that with your potatoes when you're boiling them. You put them in the. So you boil them before you put them in the oven, but you put bicarb soda. It's meant to bring out the starch, and
Oh,
then when
really?
you put them in the oven, they go crispy as.
Oh, I don't.
Some pommy lad taught me that.
Yeah, right. Because I boil them with loads of salt, but I don't use bicarb. I'll try that next time.
That's
Great.
great.
Jack, you got any cooking tips?
Yeah, I cooked lamb roast last night. Little tip, if you're going to put the onions on the bottom of the baking tray, put them underneath the potatoes because it'll burn the shit out of them.
Yeah, right. Good tip. On that note, hey, Brandon, appreciate you doing
I've
it.
actually got another tip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Go on.
bless.
So,
Someone's lacking testosterone. This one comes from the great Lindsay Collins. You put a bit of sunlight on your arsehole, it boosts your
Yeah.
testosterone by 200%.
what?
4 minutes or something?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
I can't
is
wait.
optimal.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Lindsay's got a dawn simulator that he doesn't even need the sun. He just puts the big UV light there and just.
What,
spreads
so
his
he
cheeks.
puts it over the top of the dorm
No,
light?
no. He just puts this little UV light there, and then he.
But is he sitting over the top of it?
No, he doesn't sit over the top of it. He can either lay on his back, spread,
Yep.
Yeah.
or doggy.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So much information here.
There you go.
Tell you what.
So when you're
give that
lacking that testosterone, Matty, there you
I'll
go.
give it a go. I just want to know when I'm up on the balcony, because that's the perfect way to do it. Can
Yeah.
people see me
Yes.
down below?
Yes,
if I
they
get in the back
can.
corner near where the cat scratching pole is, and maybe turn around like that.
Thanks for teaching him that.
No,
Thanks.
that's all
You might be able to do it at the back though.
Maybe we can buy a dawn simulator for
It'd be
you.
interesting if the neighbours just looked over and I'm spitting my arsehole to the sun. Just like an Aztec. On that
dear.
note,
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
See you, Jack.
ya. Bye,
On fire.
Jacko.
On fire, Jack.
Ain't no valley low.